By the way, the eastern part of Japan was hit by a terrible earthquake in March, you know? What did you do when it happened?
I was in my house reading a book. How about you, Kazuhiro?
When we were hit by the earthquake, I was back in my hometown in Hokkaido, so I felt only a little shaking. However, people who live near the sea, like in Hakodate, were hit by the tsunami.
I saw that news on TV. That's terrible.
I can't imagine how horrible it was when the people in the Tohoku district were hit by the tsunami. I hope that they can recover soon.
If our area is hit by a big earthquake, what should we do?
That's today's main topic. Let's think about it. There are only a few things which we can do to get ready for an earthquake. First of all, we should prepare some useful items. Today, I bought such items and I'll show you. Here is my emergency bag. The first item is this, a radio. This is one of the very famous items to prepare for an earthquake. We can get lots of information through this. You should probably pay more money for this than for other equipment because this is a really important thing. Next, plastic wrap and bags. These are quite useful things. The bags can be used in many different ways. For example, for carrying water as a simple toilet and so on. The wrap is also a useful tool. It can be used as a plates or as gloves when cooking something. Sanitary conditions are a serious problem after disaster, you know. In fact, these items were very helpful after the Great Hanshin earthquake. This one is important too. A pair of shoes. I keep this bag near my bed so that I'll be able to protect my feet from broken windows if a big earthquake happened. If I have no shoes, it's dangerous to walk anywhere. I have two kinds of lights in my bag. This one and this one. The smaller one is a simple light, but it doesn't need any single-cell batteries, which are difficult to get when we are in an emergency. It uses 3 AAA batteries, which are smaller than single-cell ones, so it's very compact. The larger one has 5 functions. It can create electricity, be an FM radio, be a light, charge a cell phone with a cable, and sound alarm. Finally, these are my emergency foods. These last a very long time until their expiration dates. You should remember those dates and replace them before they expire. I have more to say about emergency foods. People buying up foods or drinks was a problem in the Kanto area after the recent Great Kanto earthquake. I think it is not good behavior for people who live in a comparatively undamaged area. Please think again before you buy such things. Do you really need them or not? I brought another useful thing to show you. This is hazard map. This is a map which can be used when a river might flood. However, it is helpful after an earthquake too, because the map shows which areas are low, so that we can see which areas have the risk of being flooded. If a tsunami comes to the city, we you should get away from those areas. On this map, they are shown with blue slash lines. The map also shows which areas have the risk of landslide. It's too dangerous to approach such areas. We have to check those areas on the map. Those areas are marked in gray. Finally, the map shows where the evacuation zones are. On this map, red circles with numbers are the marks of the evacuation zones. You can see areas are distinguished using different colors. This tells us which evacuation zones are suitable to go to for the people who live in that area. You can check it out by looking at the list below. Actually, there's also another map for disaster prevention regarding earthquakes, but this is not so easy to understand. However, if you can, I recommend that you get this map too. This map shows you some useful information like this. You can get these maps at your city hall, ward office, village office, and so on. Why don't you ask there about these maps?
Okay, I understand about those items. Is there nothing else to do?
Good question. I brought some pieces of useful information about earthquakes. When your area is hit by an earthquake, if you are inside a building, get under something sturdy like a desk to protect yourself from falling objects. After the shaking stops, then you should secure a way to escape. At this point, do not approach the windows because you might fall or be injured by the broken glass, and you'd better put on shoes to protect your feet. If you are outside, do not approach any buildings or utility poles. If you have to do so, put something on your head to protect your head, like a bag. You should go to a wide open place as large as possible. After the main shaking stops, you should try to move to evacuation zones which are shown on the hazard map.
It's quite important to prepare for a disaster. I'll try your advice soon.
Good. I'll also try to gather more helpful information.
See you.
Bye. Thank you for watching this movie. I hope it was helpful for you, and I pray for the sufferers of this year's terrible earthquake. I personally, and all of us in Japan, and people around the world, feel that Japan is a strong country. We can beat the disaster. We are all together, united. Let's do our best to overcome this challenge. Thank you.